gamers and YouTubers, it's your boy Henry, and I'm back at it again with another review for you guys. Can't leave this one on the movie called The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Let's see what we got with Google. Google, give me the movie The Autopsy of Jane Doe. Okay. Google, tell me about the movie The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
The Autopsy of Jane Doe is a 2016 movie directed by Andre Ovredal, starring Emile Hirsch, Olwen Kelly, and Brian Cox.
You know, real quick, I don't want to say this is crazy, right? Because as I'm watching this movie, I don't like to. Okay, real quick, guys, I do want to say this. When it comes to watching horror movies, I have seen pretty much all of them. I'm sorry, I was trying to write on the voice. When it comes to watching horror movies, I have seen a lot of the horror movies that are out there, all the way from the Freddy Krueger movies, the Jason movies in the 80s, etc. and moving on, right? The reason why I don't like to put too many horror movies on the channel, but I do need them to come out for the posters and for the reviews, for the catalog, is because they're out there already and people do watch them. And I am trying to be not trying to be, but I am a real, I'm trying to, as trying to be labeled as a movie critic, I'm trying to have some kind of, what am I trying to say? Because right now I'm just all over the place, but I'm trying to produce, in other words, right? So what I'm trying to say really is the reason why I don't like to do these movies is because once upon a time I was watching horror movies in my early 20s back to back in the dark by myself, and what I think I did was when I started to have nightmares when I was asleep at night, and I figured it's because it's all the scary movies that I was watching. Not to mention, I actually had a Michael Myers nightmare once. I had a Jason nightmare once, scared the fuck out of me. I've had a Jason, Michael Myers, and a Freddy Krueger nightmare once. Oh my god, can you imagine? So three of the top scary horror legendary things. I've had dreams about them, nightmares about them. So when it went that far, that's when I pushed it away or whatnot. Is what I'm trying to say, right? Again, so back to the autopsy. Back to the movie with the autopsy. If you look at her insides, there's writing in there, and it looks like Egyptian. Excuse me. Sorry, guys, my bad. It looks like Egyptian handwriting. In other words, Latin writing, kind of a thing. So I don't know. I just always looked at that like very interesting, and one of the details that they did with the autopsy as they're taking her apart, and then the movie continues on with, the lights start going off, and then the father and son are seeing all these things. And make a story short, now the father dies, and now it's just a son, and then the son dies, and then it's just a good movie, and then the body comes back together, and the next day they throw it onto the next town, in other words, because it goes from one morgue to the other morgue to another morgue, and it's just an interesting movie. I would rate it 3 stars. In other words, it's not the best movie, it's not the best horror movie, but it is still nevertheless a good movie to throw on. If you're having friends over, I guess, or why not, if you're trying to scare people, why not throw it on, that's what I'm trying to say, right? Like, why wouldn't you, or whatever, movie didn't get that, it doesn't deserve that much credit. I'm not trying to praise it, but 3-star movie, that's about it. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the reviews. Please don't forget to press the Google like, follow, subscribe button. I will catch you guys on the next one.